Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And I know for the last couple of videos we've been doing some of those core class figures and those other small figures that just come out. But luckily today I went to my local Walmart and I was able to get a repackaged figure from the movie Transformers Rise of the Beast. This is a Studio Series figure, so I'm really glad to get it. So guys, let's take a look at Transformers Rise of the Beast Rhinox. Alright guys, so here we are. Let's go ahead and let's get this character out so you can actually see what I mean by repackaged, so you guys understand. As you can see, this was returned to Walmart again. I checked into it, looked like it has everything, and it was $10 cheaper than normal. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the packaging here. As you can see, repackaged was $35.99, now $25.19. I think it's a pretty good deal. You got the window that's obviously open to see the figure. A real cool picture of Rhinox in his alt mode right there, along with Studio Series Rhinox. Along the side of the box, Transformers with the Generation logo. Another close-up picture of Rhinox here on the side. Once again, he is a Voyager class Studio Series figure. Here is some product shots of Rhinox in both modes. It takes 29 steps to get him from one to the other. He also comes with the platform state background. Here's a picture of him on the side of the box in his robot mode. Really excited. Here goes, of course, you can see the logo and you can see the rips where somebody ripped open the box to get to the figure. But I'm really excited to actually get my hands on this figure. I really did like the movie and I want to see what these figures are in the Studio Series. We've seen the toy playable one, so let's go ahead and let's check out the Studio Series version of Rhinox. Alright guys, so here is the figure out of the box. Now he was strapped to the card back like he's supposed to be, so they didn't remove any of that. But this figure does look really cool, so let's go ahead and get a closer look. Now hopefully my camera will focus and we can actually get a look at some of this nice detailing they did on the head sculpt there. You got lots of kibbling everywhere. There's no smooth surface on this figure. This figure kind of reminds me of the Transformers we would have saw on Lockdown Ship, and I'm in the Transformers The Last Night movie, I believe it was called. Very nice looking. Now the weird thing I see here is his tail. Rhinox is supposed to be a rhinoceros. I don't think they have tails that big. That looks something that would be more like Rat Pack, but it is kind of confusing, but it is what it is. But other than that, you got some amazing detailing on this guy. He looks really, really cool. And I can only imagine what the mechanical Rhino version of him looks like, but for some of the detail, his head does go up and down a little bit. Now, due where his head is, it's a little stiff. I can't really get out the term left or right, and I don't want to take a chance of popping the head off, so I'm not really gonna stress it enough. Maybe later on I'll play with it a little bit and loosen it up so it can actually move. Now the arms is a little bit different. You can see how the shoulder pads there, you gotta move them up so you can get his arms out to 90 degrees. He does do 360 at the shoulder as well. Now he doesn't do 90 degrees at the elbows, just shy of 90 degrees, but he does have a big forearm. And like most figures, he does have an elbow twist, as you can see here as well. Like I said, this figure is a little stiff, and at the wrist, he does have wrist rotation as well here, and I believe that does help with the transformation as well, as I'm assuming. Now he does, let's move the arms out of the way, he does have a bit of a hip rotation as well. Let's get these arms out of the way so we can actually grab it. You can see he does have some hip rotation as well there. Now when it comes to the legs, he does have this piece right down the center you can actually flip up and down to get it out the way. Now with the legs, he does go all the way forward, probably a little bit more than 90 degrees. And he definitely does 90 degrees on the way back. He does have a little bit of a thigh twist. Not a lot, but he does have a little bit there so you can articulate him a little bit better. Now the knees are a little bit more complicated because they are part of his transformation, but he does have 90 degrees at the knees as well. And like I said, this figure, some parts are stiffer than others. Now with the feet, he does have up and down rotation, and he does have an ankle tilt as well. So that's good for articulating and posing him up on the shelves. He is a light figure. He looks heavier than what he is, but that's due to the great paint job that they did on this figure. Like I said, his robot mode is awesome looking. I like it a lot. He does look like something that Lockdown would have caught and had trapped on his ship. Looks really cool. But he also has an accessory that comes with him. If my camera will actually focus, there we go. Now he does actually have an accessory. So let's go ahead and let's pull that out right now. He has this right here, which kind of looks like a sledgehammer with some missiles in it. It's got some pretty detail to it. Now it does go onto his hands, and it's pretty much one section of it, like all the way down, is where he can actually grip it. So we put that in his hands there. Once again, really cool looking, but as always, he's a Transformer, so he does have an alt mode. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at his alt mode.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Introducing the Transformers Power Cycle. You can imagine a world of adventures.
Look, they're attacking the power plant.
The Transformers, more than beasts fly.
Time to transform into a robot.
The Transformers.
Miss! But I won't. Missiles away! Back to cycle mode. Hey, what kind of wheels you got? More than meets the eye.
The Transformers Power Cycle. New from Coleco.
We now return to the Transformers.
Alright guys, so here is Rhinox in his alt mode, and there is quite a bit going on. So let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at him and see what's going on here. Now as you can see a lot of shenanigans going on in the back, but one thing is the head sculpt here looks really nice, except for that hole where the screw goes. It could have put something to cover it up, but hopefully my camera picks this up. The detail for the rhinoceros head looks really good. Like I said, once again, they could have put a cover on that hole there, but it is what it is. And he's supposed to be a mechanical rhinoceros, so I get it, but from the side he looks okay, but from the back he looks hollowed out. He looks like he's missing pieces. Now I don't know if that is intentional, because from the movie I gathered they were supposed to look like real animals, and then being on Earth for so many years, the mechanical part started to show. I'm not sure if that's what it's supposed to depict here, but that's what I'm getting across here. From the back and the top looks decent. The bottom looks all hollowed out, like you see all you do is just drop his chest there. Really weird. And then look at the positioning of the legs. I'm not sure if that's what it's supposed to be, but that's what I get. He does have a piece for the mouth to open up, and the head does tilt up and down, which is really cool. Doesn't have no left or right. Now the arms still have pretty much the same articulations they did before, as you can see here. Now the weird, like I said, the weird thing is he has little feet in the front, and then he has his full normal size robotic feet in the back. He does have articulation on all the limbs there pretty much, but like I said, that part there looks weird from the front. It's a little offsetting here. Like he does have these tiny little feet and then these giant feet in the back. Gaps everywhere. Like it does look like parts of him have fallen off over the years. It's just really weird. And then he has this humongous tail, which rhinoceroses, I hope I'm saying that right, I don't believe they have tails that big. Now the one part about this figure here, this horn here is kind of loose, and it's hard to clamp down the head there to lock it in place. But that's pretty much it right now for that. Now here's his weapon. Now his weapon actually can be mounted on him in his alt mode. It's a little stiff. Let me get it right there. You actually put it like a staff almost, and hopefully my camera will focus right. Really got to get a new camera, but we actually mount it here on the top. Now I'm not sure if this is something that he actually had in the movie, like if he had some sort of rocket launcher on his back. I'm actually gonna have to go and watch the movie again to check that out, but here it is right here. Now, real fast, just for comparisons, let me bring out my other Rhinox figure. Alright guys, so here I have the Rhinox from the Netflix TV show of Transformers. Now let's take a quick look at these guys just for a quick comparison, because he is what our rhinoceros is supposed to look like, which is really cool. Now as you can see, obviously there's no backside to the movie one, but as you can see the backside on this one, the tail is not really that long, as you can see with this one here. They do kind of move the chest down for the gut type position there, which I get, but as you can see, really falls short of a rhinoceros on the Transformer side. The head is not proportioned to the body. And like I said, you take a look, you got this big open area here. They try to cover it up with this one here. There is many differences here. The same, almost the same transformation though, as you can tell. And maybe that's what they're going for, that maybe he did look like this Rhinox in the beginning when he first came to Earth. But after many years of being here, that this is what he ended up looking like. Who knows? If that's the way, if that's the concept that they were going for, I think that'd be a lot better. And if it isn't the concept they were going for, I think that's what they should claim it to be, because that fits a lot better with the suit here, the way it is, especially with the transformation and everything. But guys, it is what it is, and this is where we're gonna end the video for today. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now when it comes to Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series Voyager Clad, Rhinox, is he worth collecting? Yes, he is. Even though in my opinion he does have some flaws, I think they work well with the character based on what I saw in the movie. I think it's inherent to him. Now the only thing that I do see that I don't think works well for him is the tail, but it's something I can overlook. It's not a major issue. This figure is done very nicely. I would have paid the $35 if I came across him. Fortunate for me, I was able to come across a repackage for a lot cheaper. And unfortunately, this is the first time I've gotten one of these studio series in my neck of the woods. So hopefully I'll be getting more, and I'll be doing more videos on these guys. This one is really cool. I can't wait to get my hands on Optimus Primal or Air Raids or a couple of the other ones. I really want to get the studio series. I can only get what I can get in my area. So take your time, guys. We will get there. Hopefully, eventually, they will bring some cool figures to my neighborhood. Once again, guys, we come to that point in the video where if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel, hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video, and share these videos on all your social media platforms. And guys, do me a favor and smash that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And guys, if there's anything in particular you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get that out there for you guys. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.